Hello guys, this is Pap from Pap back at it again, and today we're back with the Monster Duel video. Um, so today I just, I'm not producing that much with Monster Duel, just because honestly I'm not receiving a good feedback from you in terms of likes and of course views. So of course I always remind you to support the video, Master Duel's video, if you want more from this game, of course. But just to get all the gems that we can, of course, I managed to reach Platinum 1 this season. And I actually made it with a very nice deck. Of course, I'm talking about the heroes, not gonna lie. As you can see, I had a lot of gems, and I spent them into the secret pack that has the other heroes. It should be called Shrouded Heroes, and not really to get the other heroes, basically yes, but because I just wanted to have more CP, UR, and SR, just to get more staples. Basically, that was the main purpose, and I managed to get my triple impermanence. That was actually the main purpose, because I wanted to be able to fulfill the missions, to complete the missions that said that we have to activate trap cards. So that was my main goal. So I ended up reaching Platinum 1 with this deck list. I hope you enjoyed this. But of course, if guys, just before going right into it, just a quick reminder: if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and really helps me a lot. Let's jump right into it. So I'm here with NEOS Heroes Assemble. Why? Because as you may have seen from thumbnail, this is Omni Heroes. And this deck is quite good, honestly. And the reason is more than simple. Basically, we've got more starter. We're more cards to begin with. So, because if you really think about it, the strength of a deck is all about how many cards are good to begin with. How many cards can you play that are separate from each other that actually can make you in a good spot? Like, how many cards do you have? How many cards can you endure the negation of? Like, now we do not only have the hero lives that your opponent can negate, we do not have only the the polymerization to begin with. Of course, this means a Blazeman summon, but now we also have a NEOS Fusion. So NEOS Fusion is not only actually a card that makes the deck even more powerful, and then actually he put it in a position where he can actually achieve an ATK even easier than before. But now he also set us for a first turn play when maybe our hero lives gets negated, so we're not done. So basically we have 3 starters, and these 3 starters are from a hero lives that basically goes into Shadow Mist, and that looks for mask change. It is one of the best ones to counter your opponent's turns. Then you have your Blazeman summon that actually leads to a polymerization. So basically you can search it with an emergency call. You start with Blazeman, polymerization, and then you can go into Sunrise, let you search the Miracle Fusion, and so on. And basically the main purpose is actually to use Liquid Soldier for the fusion summon, so that you get to draw a couple of cards and maybe you can draw some staple. And then of course we got NEOS Fusion. Now NEOS Fusion is so good not only because we have access to a monster like Rainbow NEOS that can clear the field, you can clear the back row spots, or the actually the monster spot, right? But it can also clear the graveyard, because because keep in mind that to activate these effects, you need to send either a monster to the graveyard or a spell trap card you control to the graveyard. But what happens if you do not have any other monster or any other spell trap to send to the graveyard? What do? You can use the third effect, and this is very good later in the duel. You can send the top card of your deck. You're gonna always have a top card of your deck to send to the graveyard, and you can shuffle all the cards your opponent has into the graveyard into the deck. So that is pretty nice. other than being, of course, a 4500 beater that cannot be destroyed as long as you summon him with the NEOS Fusion, so as long as the NEOS Fusion is in the graveyard. Really insane. Guys, keep in mind, another good thing is that this big boy can be summoned, of course, with a polymerization. So if you happen to be unlucky, as I was a lot of times, actually, it turned out that I had a lot of times my Rainbow Dark Dragon and NEOS in my hand. So if you have a polymerization, you can actually fuse them and go into Rainbow NEOS. Keep in mind that. And then with basically apart from that, we've got the Brave NEOS, that is a searcher basically for another NEOS Fusion. And also basically NEOS Fusion lets you send the Shadow Mist, because of course with Brave NEOS Summon you can send any level 4 or lower monster to the graveyard, and you can send basically the Shadow Mist to look for another hero monster that you might need. Above all, we've got the Honest NEOS as an end trap, and last but not least, we've got the Dark NEOS, and this can be seen as a weird choice, right? I mean, I have to play this Dark Panther that is not that useful, but the reason is pretty simple. Imagine that you actually draw a mask change in your starting hand, and you have no way to access a Shadow Mist. You have neither a placement, neither an emergency call, nothing. But if you have a NEOS Fusion, what you can do is easy to summon a Dark Law in your opponent's turn. You can use NEOS Fusion, summon your Dark NEOS. In the end phase, your Dark NEOS is gonna come back to the extra deck, unless you're gonna banish your NEOS Fusion so your Dark NEOS stays on the field. And then during your opponent's turn, you can just reveal your mask change, and boom, you have your Dark Law. So basically this is just another way to have access to Dark Law in your opponent's turn. That's it. And what we have next, actually basically nothing. As you can see, we've got a bunch of stable. To be precise, we have 10 stables, triple impermanence that can be activated in your opponent's turn, double Lush Blossom that can be activated in your opponent's turn, as well as the double Maxi, and then triple Droplet. The only one that actually cannot be activated, sorry, not in your opponent's turn, I mean your opponent's first turn. That was what I meant. And Droplet, it is just a card that I think is needed in every deck. The double Super Poly, nothing special, as you can see. The number of monsters you can see is just, I actually arrived to this by playing a lot. 2 NEOS are needed, and 2 Shadow Mists are enough. You do not need 3, because you basically do not want to have your Shadow Mist in your starting hand. You want to summon it with your Hair Lifts, basically. You do want to have instead your Liquid Soldier, because you want to draw 2 cards. Always. And triple Blazement, because it's another of your starter, your look for polymerization. The only thing actually I didn't manage to make room for was a second poly. I actually think that playing more poly can be a good thing, but I actually do not know what to get rid of to play more poly, honestly. So that's why I ended up with this. For the extra deck, as you can see, the only thing is Anaconda. You do not really use the Wonder Driver, to be honest. Then the Koga is needed because you're gonna have a lot of light fusion monster on the field, like for example Brave NEOS that is light, so that's why we play Koga. Skridao, of course, and the Shining to use Super Poly with your monsters, to your opponent's monsters. Double Sunrise is needed, and the Absolute Zero. Of course, a mandatory play. So guys, that was all for the explanation. I hope it did not take too long. If you have some questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section down below. I actually already showed you that I reached the Platinum rank 1, as you can see right there. There you go. We can also go here, as you can see. There you go, Platinum tier 1. And now I'm gonna show you actually a quick proof. I actually had like 17 wins out of 20 games, so it was a very nice win streak. So you will see in a moment, and then I'm gonna show you just one replay to show you the deck and really how good it feels to play it. So if you're a hero fan, I highly suggest to try this. That is a lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff right there. So we can jump right into the replays. Here we go, my boys. You've seen the win streak, the proof. And here we go. It's us to begin. And as you can see, I begin with the emergency call actually to bait my opponent to use his Ash Blossom. So it's something that I already told you, but it's better to repeat. Guys, keep in mind, if you have both the hero lives and emergency call, always go first with the emergency call to bait your opponent and use his eventual hand trap. So no emergency call, but now I can use my hero lives without any worries. But it's got a maxi, that's fine because he's not gonna draw more than one. I don't think I actually went more than that. So one Shadow Mist to have the mask change, of course, because it was special summon. Just setting that and I'm chilling. I could have summoned my Blazeman, but I just decided it was not worth it. So he's got the Shadow Fusion, and I changed my my mask change. Now I know that if I have the an extra deck monster, he will be able to use a monster from its deck. But the main thing is that I want him to send all the materials to the banished section and not to the graveyard. That was the reason, of course. So by banishing that, I'm in a good spot. Unfortunately, it's got this. So now if he attacks, he can just pop that. So I decided to go to look for the Liquid Soldier with the effect of Shadow Mist, and then main phase 2, a set monster and a set card. It's fine, we have everything we need. I can just go with Blazeman, adding the polymerization to my hand. At this point I can fuse the Liquid Soldier and the Shadow Mist to get both the search, actually double search right here, and double draw, because we had the search with the Sunrise and the search with Shadow Mist. It's gonna let me add the Honest NEOS, I think, right? But it's got the Forbidden Droplet to stop my my Sunrise effect. That's fine, honestly. And so we got Honest NEOS added to our hand, and then we got the draw 2, and I decided to discard the NEOS. It was not needed. I can just attack with my Blazeman. I do not have to worry about the effect of Construct because Blazeman was normal summoned. Thanks to Honest NEOS, I can get bigger, and then attacking with Sunrise and in main phase 2 into Anaconda, because at this point that is the play. You want to have a Dark Claw on the field more than anything, and because we have a mask change that we just drew with the effect of Liquid Soldier, Anaconda is gonna send the NEOS Fusion to summon a Dark Panther. This is the play I was talking about. In the end phase you can just punish the NEOS Fusion, and at this point let's see what you want to do. Another Shadow Fusion. At this point I can just Ash Blossom first, but I still have my second play, as you can see right there. So no Shadow Fusion for you. Let's see what he's got. He's got the battle phase right there. In the end phase, at this point I can just go with the mask change, going to Dark Claw, so just in case everything goes straight, gets banished basically. So emergency call, fine. I can just add another Liquid Soldier so that I can summon my Shadow Mace from the graveyard and get another mask change back. Really in a good spot right now, so I can even summon my ASC to get rid of that, but actually not worried, so I can just start to attack. As you can see right there, 1400, another 1000. I still have I do not have lethal, so that's why I decided to set my mask change just in case. And at this point it's got the Alistair, but it can't do nothing because I can just activate the effect of Dark Claw, as you can see right there. So Dark Claw to banish that, so at this point it can't do anything else. So guys, that was all for the replay. I hope you enjoyed that. I've got a bunch of duels where I just won with Rainbow NEOS because that 4500 is just so good. So guys, that was all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. So if you have some question, of course, feel free to ask me whatever you want in the comment section down below. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.